네, 인내심이라 그러는데 맞는 것 같아요. 오늘 아까도 어떤 분이 나 5번 참석했습니다라고 하시는 분도 계신데, 네, 여러분이 인내심 가지시고요. 저하고 또 같이 커뮤니케이션 하고, 또 여러분이 끝까지 또 어떤 그런 희망이 있으시면은 또 그런 기회가 옵니다. 그래서 여러분이 또 교육 도안에 잘 안내하는 것들을 꼭 좀 하셔야 돼요. 저희가 진짜 베이비한테 밥 떠넘겨 주는 거 있잖아요. 예, 그런 식으로 해서 또 이번에 집 사신 분들 계세요. 완전히 아무것도 모르세요. 그렇게 해서 지금도 그분도 LA에 87만 불짜리 집인데 30만 불에 지금 아마 어저께 에스크로가 끝났다고 하는 것 같은데요. 어떡하네요. 여러분이 일단 같이 계속 의지하면서요. 끝까지 저희가 도움을 드리니까요. 그래서 이렇게 했으면 기회를 잡는 오늘 시간들이 됐으면 좋겠습니다. 오늘 이제 순서가 시작될 텐데요. 먼저 처음에 우리 이제 프레젠테이션 시작할 거예요. 그래서 강의 잘 들으시고요. 이분들이 어떤 말을 하는지 잘 들으시고 또 궁금한 것은 이따 테이블에 나가셔서 또 질문하시고 제가 맨 마지막에 다음 페이 보조 관련돼서 제가 자세하게 또 설명해 드릴 거예요. 그래서 그런 것들 들으시고요. 이따가 뭐 캐라페이지에서 나올 것이고 캐라페이지에서 이제 20% 다음 페이 또 3월 달에 해주잖아요. 여러 가지 정보들이 오늘 풍성해요. 그러니까 잘 들으시면 좋겠습니다. 먼저 우리 please welcome the Veronica Herrera from the Experian. 우리가 크레딧 리포트에 보면은 세 개의 크레딧 뷰로가 있잖아요. 뭐죠? 첫 번째가 TransUnion, 그 다음에 Equifax, right? 그 다음에 하나보다 TransUnion이에요, 그죠? TransUnion, 그 Experian, 그죠? Experian, TransUnion, Equifax. 근데 그 중에서 하나, Experian이 여기 오렌지 카운티 쪽에 디렉터 하시는 분이신데, Veronica, and then she's gonna talk about the give me a little credit Experian, right? Okay. All right.
You have the presentation?
Yes, you can do that. Yeah.
Good morning, everyone. As you mentioned, I am from Experian. My name is Veronica Herrera, and I am the Director of Core Credit Services, and one of my jobs is to educate consumers on credit. Credit is an extremely important part of home ownership, obviously. You will need to have a good credit score in order to get approved for a loan. Normally, the presentation that I do is about an hour long. Obviously, I only have 10 minutes, so I'm only going to cover the very, very, very important things. And I will be seated outside on a table. I have a QR code where you can get a lot more information, and I'm also going to be working with Mr. Lee to do the hour-long presentation. So if anyone is interested in knowing how to build credit, how to get credit, how to improve your credit, what are all these pieces, please attend that workshop. You will learn quite a bit. Okay, so we're going to start off with just explaining what credit is. Credit is not debt. This is a very important concept that people have to understand. Credit is your financial references. It's how a bank or a lender knows who you are, how you manage your credit. So it is a privilege. It is not something that's automatic. You have to build it. And that's one of the things that we're going to be working on in the workshops is understanding how to get credit and how to build it. It is not an automatic thing. And it is something that you have to build over time. Next slide, please. So as I mentioned, when we are talking about credit, I'm going to be talking about two concepts, things that you probably know. One is a credit report and what is a credit score. Those are two separate things, but things that you do need to kind of know about and learn about. Can we move to the next slide, please? Mr. Lee mentioned before, there are 3 credit bureaus. Equifax is one of them, TransUnion, and Experian. We are one of the 3 large national credit bureaus where we collected the data that goes onto your credit report, and then we let lenders see that data so that they can make a decision whether or not they want to extend the loan and what the terms of that loan will be. It is very important to know that when you are applying for a mortgage, they are going to pull all 3 credit reports. They don't pull one or the other, they pull all 3. I mentioned very quickly that I'm going to talk to you about what a credit report is. A credit report is a history of all of your accounts. So when you open your first account, let's say it's a credit card, or you purchase a loan, purchase a car, or open a loan, that information is going to be recorded at the credit bureaus. They're going to put it into your credit report. And anytime you open another loan, every time you make a payment, anything that you do when it comes to loans gets recorded on that credit report. So I'm going to show you, by the way, where you can get your own credit report totally free. and you will be able to see what is on your credit report. Many people have never actually seen their own credit history, their own credit report. It is very, very important that you check it and that you check it often. Experian, Equifax, and TransUnion, through the end of 2023, we are going to allow you to pull your own credit report for free every week if you wanted to. You don't really have to, but if you want to. Next slide, please. Well, there's a feature at Experian that I don't think the other two bureaus have it. It's called Experian Boost. You may have seen the commercials. It is a completely free program that allows you, if you don't have a really thick credit report, this allows you to help build it. It allows you, for example, let's say you are paying on your utilities, gas, electric, cell phone, rent, okay? If you're making good payments, you can add that information to your credit history to make it better, to make it thicker. Totally free. It tends to help improve your score, but you can go check it out. Just experian.com/boost. Go check it out and see if it can help raise your score. Next slide, please. Okay. A credit score. Most of you are familiar with a credit score. When you apply for a loan and when you apply for a mortgage, they're going to pull your credit scores. They're going to pull three, one from Equifax, one from Experian, and one from TransUnion. Different lenders do different things. Sometimes they'll take the middle one, the highest one, the lowest one. They'll sometimes take an average. I'm not even sure how they all do that. But they will be pulling all three of your credit reports and getting your credit score. Your credit score is a 3-digit number that tells the lender, that tells the bank, if you are a good risk or a bad risk. How high, and as you probably know, as you've been walking around here, there's always a minimum score that you have to have in order to get a mortgage. Lenders are different, but it's usually in the 640, 680 range. Different lenders have different criteria, but that's what you want to do. You want to at least have the minimum. And obviously you want to have the highest score possible. The highest score in a FICO right now is an 850. The closer you are to that, even if you get above an 800, you're going to be considered in the excellent range, and you will most likely, as long as everything else works out, you will very likely get a good term on your loan. Next. Okay. I mentioned before that there is a place where you can get your free credit report. There's actually several places. If you go to a website, you can go to Experian.com and get your free website or free credit report and score. You can also go to a place called annualcreditreport.com. That's a kind of a government website where you go and put in your information and you can pull your own credit report. That's what I was telling you. You can pull one once a week. Go to annualcreditreport.com, and there you'll be able to pull all three. They'll ask you which one you want, and you have to do the process 3 times to get all the credit reports. But it is totally free. However, on that site, they will charge you if you pull your credit score. So if you would like a credit report and a credit score for free, you can go to Experian. Experian, you can sign up for a membership, completely free. They don't even ask you for your credit card, okay? It's a totally free thing where you can sign up for membership and you can get your free credit report and free credit score every month, and it'll even monitor it for you. So in case something's happening and there's a fraudulent event or something like that, they'll send you notifications and letting you know what's going on with your credit report. It's a wonderful program for you to try out. There are many others like it, but you remember that not all of them are free. At Experian, they are free. And in this presentation, like I mentioned, we are going to have lots and lots of resources, places where you can learn about how to, get credit and improve it. If you would like, I'm going to give this presentation in a PDF form. If you'd like it, let us know. We'll send you the PDF. And as I mentioned, I'm going to be sitting outside for a while with some more information. If you have any questions, please come up and speak with me. All right, thank you.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you guys for coming out. Again, I'm Leanne Walker with Cal HFA. So Cal HFA, if you go to the next slide, we are the state of California. So we offer down payment and closing cost assistance for the whole state of California. So you can buy anywhere in California on our program. Our programs that we currently have, I will talk about the new program that's coming out. Since we are the state of California, you don't apply directly through us. You'll go through one of our approved lenders. We have about 130 approved lenders. All of those are listed on the website that you can reach out to them directly and apply to have access to our programs. Our current programs that we have now are My Home program that's used for down payment. It will give 3 to 3.5% to cover your down payment. And then we have our ZIP program that's going to cover your closing costs. And you can put these two programs together. The My Home will cover all of your down payment. The ZIP will cover the majority of your closing costs, leaving you with very little money to come in with. These two are loans. They're silent, so you don't make any monthly payments, but you do pay them back whenever you sell the property, refinance, or in 30 years, whichever comes first. So that's what we have available now, but the big program that's coming out at the end of March, a lot of people have already heard about this program because it's coming from a Senate bill that was passed with the state budget. So the state of California is giving us the money to put this program on. It's called the California Dream for All. It's going to be on conventional loans only. It offers a 20% down payment. So that 20% down payment, that avoids the PMI. So you won't have any mortgage insurance. So it gives you 20% down payment loan at 0 interest. And it does have a 20% shared appreciation. So when you do go to sell or refinance, you do have to pay back the 20% down payment loan plus share 20% of the shared appreciation. So example, say you bought the home for $500,000 and now it's worth $700,000. That's $200,000 in appreciation. You would just have to share 20% of that $200,000. So you do get to keep some of your equity. You just have to share 20% of that. So we're still working on the final details. So the program's not out yet. There's not a lot of information out yet because we're still finalizing all the details. So we should be announcing the beginning of March, probably the first, second week of March, but it will be effective March 27th. So that's, unless they change it on me, they're always changing stuff. So that is a new one that's coming out. So that's going to help a lot of people that need a bigger down payment. So if you don't need that big of a down payment, you can always use our My Home and ZIP. That's always available. We always have funding for those programs. But for the Dream for All, we're getting a certain amount of money. So that it may go pretty fast. If you go to the next slide. So we do have income limits for our programs. Our income limits are actually pretty high, so it's based on the county that you're purchasing in. So if you're going to purchase here in Orange County, you can make up to $235,000. If you're looking to buy in LA County, you can make up to $180,000. If you're looking to buy in Riverside, San Bernardino, you can make up to $173,000. So that's going to be the income of whoever's buying the home. So we don't look at household income. We're only going to count the income of who's buying the home. So if two are buying together, both of your incomes combined cannot exceed that limit. But if only one is buying, just only that one person can exceed that limit. So just depending on the county that you are buying in is going to determine what your max income is. And then we do require that you are buying a single family 1-unit property. So you can't buy like a 2 to 4 unit or a duplex. It has to be a single family 1-unit property. Condos, townhomes are okay. So we're okay if you're buying that because that's only 1 unit. You just can't buy any multi-units on our program. If you go to the next slide. Yep, so that was it. Because I had a short amount of time, so I didn't want to take too much of your time. I do have a booth out there, so if you do have any more questions, you can come see me at the booth. So thank you guys for your time today.